Hey guys, so a lot of you guys have been asking actually about duo endgames. You know, there's been a lot of solo content on my channel recently, and I know you guys want duo endgame specific content so you guys can succeed in duo cash cup. Here is an amazing duo endgame VOD review that I did on Avery and Muz, who are both tier 1 players in NA East, and I think you guys can learn a lot from them. So make sure you're writing notes if you're paying attention and listening to the video, because this is stuff that you will want to remember for the duo cash cup happening next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Okay, I'm gonna skip to endgame. Like, I'll start half-half, and if you want me to cover any of the mid-game stuff, but we'll first review the end game. I'm going to pause it every time they do something important, okay? And I'm gonna explain it to you. Right here, okay? Ready? Look at their plan.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough if you're doing it. That's too bad.
It's fine.
So Muz says it's rough. It's not gonna be an easy rotate. Avery says it's fine, and I agree with Avery. It's pretty fine because if you have spicy chug or pepper, what you can do is make a really easy, cheap tarp with wood. I just spicy chug, like, walk forward, right? You don't need to full tarp because you're not in that tile for like a really long time.
We're gonna spicy chug and use wood.
There you go.
The hide's gonna be looking at us. Okay, come.
And spicy chug is a pretty good excuse, and like he says, Height's gonna be looking at us, so Muz is now he has the mindset of like blocking his head if he needs to. Blocks his back a lot. Key aspect. Blocks it back there.
Staggering here.
Blocks it back there. What is Muz doing? He's the fragger. What is he doing right now?
Covering what he doesn't cover? I really didn't see. Can you
He's
play
doing
it?
nothing. He's just following.
Yeah, I didn't see him
This
doing
is the
anything.
One thing that low PR players do not do. They try to make something happen when they don't need anything to happen. Avery and Muz, they just move forward. Like, keep it simple. Like, we don't need to overcomplicate this game.
I come here.
Avery comms, come here, so he's indicating that he's about to leave, so Muz can stay really, really close. Muz's job is pretty simple. Just follow Avery. And do really good job of that. Like, if you have one job, you're going to do a good job of it because you're not distracted by anything else. So he's just blocking his sides and then staying really, really close to Avery. As close as possible. They are not more than 2 blocks apart at any given time. And I know I'm making a big deal about it because it is a big deal. Because everyone fails to recognize this in duos and then they're like really surprised why they lose. Yes, to do this, you need to have good mats in half-half. And I want you to notice they have 1 kill that was not even an impact. So they just had 5-5-5 in second zone. How did they get such healthy mats? They pulled third. They pulled, I think, fourth as well.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe. So they pulled a couple zones, yes. But then they carred into 5th zone. So they didn't burn a lot of mats. So they kept their car on a hill. They saved their car. And a lot of people don't do that. And then they waste a lot of mats into half-half. And then they need to impact much earlier into moving. And also, they got rid of their wood. Wood is getting used first. They're looking for stuff very safely. How? They're not box fighting. They're spraying. They're gonna spray through here. So it's very safe to do that. Like, SMG meta is important. Avery calls for drop me mats because that's actually the first thing they should be doing before going for this play. But they forget, but then they fix it. Okay?
Choose 50 metal, that's it.
Zone pulls. They're waiting. They're doing nothing. They're not editing at the timer. So pay attention again. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. They're about to close when it gets to like 5-4s because they just need to look at the minimap. They don't need to get distracted here. So they're gonna reload, drop mats, 4 seconds. They drop mats, and then 1 second. Okay, they're gonna stop doing everything. They're gonna drop everything and just look at the minimap. Zone pulls, and now they just need to move forward. They're keeping it simple. Get ahead. Right? Because if you get ahead, you can create space with your tarp. At this point, they don't have that much wood. But either way, even if they do have wood, they just need to use hearts very, very soon. They're going to use wood maybe on the fast tarp where they need to get ahead. And then once they're ahead, they're going to use hearts.
You want to get down?
Nah.
Yeah, Avery's right to not go down, I think. The layer it just feels really free. Like, no one's to your left. And it just feels free. So you don't need to, like, go into an unknown territory down here where, like, you don't know what's going on. Your layer is like really free. You see how what I mean by like it feels free? Like no one's to their left. Isn't
You don't think Muz
like,
should be looking down? Well, I
nope. Nope.
No.
Okay, here's the thing to understand. You are distracted and wasting time by looking down. You should always, whenever going to an impact, just do what your tarper is doing. Let the tarper create the play and then do what their tarper is doing. This is the very organized, simple way to play Fortnite duos. And I want you to understand something else. Avery played with Saf and Zay.
True.
Ed Saf specifically, so he must have learned stuff. Like this is not like we're learning from Muz and Avery. We're learning from Saf too.
If you're doing nothing, try to spray through.
If you're doing nothing, try to spray through because you just need to create space because we're pulling through old builds. If you pull through old builds, you can save a lot of mats, and that's what they're doing. You can hear pickaxes on the right side.
On our layer, look.
On our layer. Muz is calling it. Muz should not be on this wall. He should diagonal box like this, and then he doesn't get boxed. The problem is he should not be on this wall when he's doing this.
Get me out.
Avery does a really good job of pressuring them. Like, to help Muz, you don't need to edit him out. You can just spray at them and you'll help him indirectly.
Yeah, just flash.
So far, what have they done in this endgame? Fucking nothing. That was the first fight they, like, semi-took. You know what I mean? Like, just chill. You just need to chill and stay together. Don't distract yourself. If the Fragger looks down and then distracts himself and takes 100 damage and then gets third party by someone on their layer, like, that's how you die. Right? De-risk your game, play slow, you'll find an impact. You will.
Yeah, come for him.
I got 7 builds.
And I want you to think about something else. Let's say 2,500 mats, okay? Cap is 3,000, okay? Let's say they have this many mats because they played it really efficiently. They did a really good job of conserving mats through circles 1 to 5, right? So you have to understand something. Playing circles 1 to 5 and getting to half is not necessarily a success if you wasted a lot of mats to get there. Understand? Because now you have really bad mats for endgame. And it's kind of hard to get an impact in endgame when everyone else has good mats because they won't open. Let's say the rest of the lobby on average has 2,000 mats. Who's going to run out first? Muz and Avery or the rest of the lobby?
Rest of the lobby.
Okay, good. So then when should you go for the impact? What number of mats? If you assume the same rate of usage.
500?
That's why they're not going for shit. Because they understand they're above average on mats. So they will get kills when people run out of mats. And I want to show you something because it's not, like, the first impact is not, like, at this number. I mean, it kind of is, but it was a really big impact. Like, it was a big deal. Okay. So we went back. Avery has low mats too. So this is the time they start. Like, they need to go for stuff.
Oh, okay.
And also notice they're in zone. So what is the mistake you notice right here?
Yeah.
What is the mistake?
Oh, he didn't put a wall.
Yeah, there you go. You need to place that wall, piece it preemptively, and then edit him down. He's quick dead. Like, it's over. If you edit down, then place wall, that delays it. So then it's like you're giving the other team like more reaction time. So just place the wall first. And notice how hard it is now. So Muz, while reloading, you don't need to look at the team you're spraying at because it's kind of like redundant. Like, just look around. Look for third party. So he looks around. He does a 360 because he doesn't want to get third party. So he quickly checks, sees that it's pretty safe, and then continues fighting.
Okay.
So now they do a really good job. Double pump the floor so it breaks, and then Avery sprays right after, which allows both teams to fall.
In.
And then easy double kill on Luga and Narrow.
I can't see him dead.
So, couple things to understand here that is very, very important and really smart. This is where the game gets nice and complicated. So first 3 zones, I would say first 2 zones, okay? So moving 1 and moving 2 were really simple. All you need to do if you have decent mats and half is Fragger does nothing, just block your back and block your sides, whatever tarper misses, and follow. Stay in the tarper because as soon as you split or get distracted unnecessarily, it's over. Like, just don't do it. It's risky.
Okay.
De-risk your game just like Hydra did and apply it to us. That's the first thing. The first 2 zones is pretty simple. They just waste their mats and get ahead. Now, this is the time where they need the impact. Now it gets like, this is where the strategy comes in. They understand, right? Because Avery's keeping track of his teammates' loot. He understands that Muz has splashes already. And then also realizes that this team's like drop splashes. Also, Avery has spicy chugs. So they have a lot of splashes. Okay? Which means, like, this is the reason why Avery's coming. Like, okay, like, slow down. Like, we don't need to run into Storm right now because we can tank. We can actually just heal off right here.
Yeah.
Not fully heal off, but just delay it. Like, let's get all the mats, right?
Just pick up mats.
Yeah.
Now, they do an inefficient job of this because they oversplash, but you can actually do this really slowly. They do it, like right here, they're oversplashing. But they go for height here. Theoretically, yes, but that's a wishful thinking play. Why? Because they have no fucking clue what height looks like.
Yeah.
Why do you need to do that?
400 mats.
It sounds good, right? Like, oh, you're coming out backstorm, like,
and
we could actually just ramp over height. Yeah, you're chilly. Like, it's all good. The only problem is you don't know what height looks like. And you have no info on them. Which is why, this is the exact same reason, actually, that Avery doesn't drop down low ground when Muz asks him. He doesn't know what's happening down there. Right? So he doesn't drop low ground in, like, second moving.
26 white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muz just needs to ditch here. Why? Because they have mats
I'm
already.
just going all the way around.
Yeah.
Why does it get so scuffed here?
I'm about to see.
I want you to answer it.
Alright.
26 white.
Yeah, I'm just going all.
Because he got distracted right there trying to get that kill.
In stack lobbies, this is the case, not in game 1. Stack lobbies, you just need to play towards your win con, which is placement. Placement's the most amount of points. There's a reason why every pro is doing this. There's a reason why this is a mistake from Muz, because he gets split from Avery. And something to understand, this is like a small detail. When you're the tarper, let's say you had no comms. It's very hard for you to understand what your duo is doing because you can't see them. The Fragger can see themselves and the tarper. Make sense? So the Fraggers has to follow. But if the Fragger goes for the play, it's really hard for the tarper to know. This is why the tarper should go for the play. Because the Fragger can easily see what's happening. Even if he kills him, I'm not kidding, it's a fucking mistake. This is why it gets so scuffed. This is like I can't emphasize this enough. This is the problem.
Oh, I need to go one up.
I'm in the box. I'm good. In the box still.
And then that's a big throw. Like that's what, like, I don't even know what it could be, like top 10, 12 versus top 3, which is what they actually get.
Yeah.
Like, do you see how many points they're lost there?
Yeah.
Like 75. Let's see what they end up with.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking deal. Like, it's not that complicated in duos, and it's not that complicated in solos too. Like, what did Hydro do? He just fight him in box until he's low mats. He de-risked his game.
I'm holding him in solos. It's top 10. He's trying to get in, I think.
Okay, we're good. Here, come.
Yeah, I got 2 splashes to tank, bro.
Muz it? I'll give it to Muz. Like, for the most part, like 90% of this game, he is following.
Yeah.
Look, he's to the left. What do you think he's gonna do here?
Could turn around and follow Avery.
Good job.
Yeah, me. Crack.
Yeah.
And he's doing good job splashing because every time you get into like any sort of fight, you just want to be max HP because that creates the HP advantage, right?
Yeah.
Like now you have even more HP relative. Like maybe you didn't do damage to them, but if you keep yourself at full, that's a bigger difference in HP. You'll probably win that 50-50. I want you to recognize how much time Muz takes to loot here because he realizes Avery can just do it. So both of you guys looting is a waste of time. You need to get ahead. If you have like a kill, just run.
Yeah,
Run forward.
Crack.
Yeah, nice. Get
Just dips it. Muz, Avery picks up everything, and then Muz just goes ahead because he had 14 builds, and he's just gonna tarp a little bit.
Yeah, I'm one up.
It's a bad tarp, but it doesn't matter. The idea is right.
Wait, where are you? Okay, come on.
Hey, get him.
I have no splashes.
So this is really important, actually. When it gets to like heal off zone, you don't want to stay ahead all the way unless you're like ulti low or something, because height sees you easily.
Yeah.
They look up, actually, because if you kill high ground, like you get a surprise kill, like you just have height now because they're second height. That's what they look for, and they also don't understand what's going on.
We're here on our edit.
But they sort of see that they're aware now because of the cone being the enemies, and then they just don't go for it anymore.
They might drop in.
But I don't know. Like this gets scuffed now. But my point is, if you make it this far in the game, like you've already done a good job. Makes sense. Like it's okay if it messes up here. Yes, you could play this right too, but like with 7 builds, and like it's not that much in your control.
Come on, that's high.
You get hit really hard from that front guy, and then someone drops in from below.
It's behind me. Unlucky, bro.
So like, if this is a game full of pros, and it was, if you really look at the kill feed, there's like
yeah, he killed Booga.
Everything. Yep, he killed Booga. There's Thatch, there's Pamstu, there's everyone in this lobby. If they can play this consistently in a pro lobby, you can apply this to a shit lobby too, and you'll do just fine. Makes sense. Like you can do this formula in any lobby. Usually, what works in pro lobbies is also applicable to like unstacked and like really bad lobbies. Maybe not unstacked, but like low skilled lobbies that are stacked. Okay.
Okay.
Unstacked lobbies sort of have to be played differently. I can understand that. I can appreciate that.